بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. من يهدي الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Today inshallah we're going to take the ayat from 118 to 121 from Surat AlBaqarah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala here in this ayah is talking about those who don't know. وقال الذين لا يعلمون. If you remember in the beginning of this page, last time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned about the Jews and the Christians, and both of them mentioned about each other that they don't know anything or they are not on anything. And the ayah 113. كذلك قال الذين لا يعلمون, and here those who don't know الذين لا يعلمون, we mentioned that they were the pagans or the disbelievers of Mecca. So Allah mentioned about them in this ayah. So the ayah here, when we have it in ayah 118, that Allah is mentioning that those, the disbelievers of Mecca, what they mentioned to the Prophet, they mentioned لَوْلَا يُكَلِّمُنَ Allah, they wanted Allah to speak to them. And they asked the Prophet and telling him, why does not Allah not speak to us? أو تأتينا آية, or come to us a sign or a miracle. كذلك قال الذين من قبلهم, the same things being mentioned before, like their words. Remember who before them mentioned the same thing?
Bani Israel.
Yes, excellent. So Bani Israel, they mentioned the same thing for the Prophet Moses alayhi salam when they mentioned Arina Allah Jahra, let us see Allah clearly. So Allah here is mentioning that when the disbelievers tell you, Ya Muhammad, such thing, this happened before from a previous people before them. تشابهت قلوبهم. تشابهت means their hearts are the same. Their hearts are the same. When you have people who have the same heart, they will have the same way of thinking, and they have the same speech and the same talk. قد بينا الآيات لقوم يوقنون. We have shown clearly the signs to a people who are certain in faith. There is the signs being shown. What were the signs with the Prophet Muhammad? Who can tell me? What were the signs? What was these signs with the Prophet? Allah is mentioning قَدْ بَيَّنَّا. We already showed them the clear signs to people who are certain in faith. So what are these signs?
That he speaks through what Allah tells him to speak. He doesn't speak of himself.
The Quran.
And he's unlettered.
The Quran, yes, it is the verses of Quran, the ayat of the Quran. And we mentioned that they were very skillful in the Arabic language, and although they were skilled in that, but they couldn't bring like Quran or say like the Quran. So the Quran itself was a miracle of the Prophet ﷺ. Then ayah 119, Allah is mentioning to his Prophet that Inna arsalnaka, indeed we have sent you, bilhaqqi, with the truth, Bashiran wa nadhira. Bashiran means bringer of good tidings. Wa nadhiran, warners. Bringer of good tidings for the believers. Warner for the disbelievers. وَلَا تُسْأَلُ عَنْ أَصْحَابِ الْجَحِيمِ, and you will not be asked about the companion of hellfire. What does it mean that you will not be asked about the companion of hellfire? Means that it's not your responsibility that they will be believers. Your responsibility only to convey the message to them. If they want to embrace Islam, let them embrace Islam. If they are skip on their original religion or original state, halas, they will. This is not your job. Your job is only to convey the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you are not responsible for the people who entered or who are the companion of the hellfire. Okay, clear? Now we have ayah 120. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is speaking about again the Jews and the Christians. Here the ayat is talking, we mentioned that the Prophet used to live with the Jews in Medina, and the Christians were in part of the Arab Peninsula, certain part. Who knows where were living the Christians, the name of the city?
In Yemen?
It's not in Yemen, it is on the borders of Yemen, the south border of Saudi Arabia. It is Najran. It is Najran, okay? So they used to live with him, and Allah is mentioning that they will never approve of you or will never be pleased with you except if you follow their religion, both the Jews and the Christians. So Qul means say, Ya Muhammad, indeed the guidance of Allah is the only guidance. Inna huda Allahi huwa al-huda. وَلَئِنِ اتَّبَعْتَ أَهْوَاءَهُمْ, and if you follow their desires, بَعْدَ الَّذِي جَاءَكَ مِنَ الْعِلْمِ, after what has come to you of knowledge, مَا لَكَ مِنَ اللَّهِ مِنْ وَلِيٍّ وَلَا نَصِيرٍ, means that you would have against Allah no protector or helper. Wali is protector, Nasir is helper or supporter. So Allah is warning his prophet here that he shouldn't follow them in their religion. And actually the warning also is for us as Muslims, that we shouldn't follow them in their way and in their religions, because if we do that, we will not have any protector or helper away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then ayah 121, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about الَّذِينَ آتَيْنَاهُمُ الْكِتَابِ, which means those to whom we have given the book, يَتْلُونَهُ حَقَّ تِلَاوَتِ, recite it with its true recital. Here in the tafsir, the scholars mention that those people that been given the book, either they are the Jews and Christians, but the believers from them, that they believed in Prophet Muhammad and believed in Quran. This is one tafsir. That Atayna mean the people of the book that we gave them the Torah and Injil, and they were believers and believed in what Prophet Muhammad wrote. The other tafsir is الَّذِينَ أَتَيْنَاهُمْ are the companions of the Muslims that have the Quran, recite the Quran with its true recital, حَقَّ تِلَاوَتِ. What does it mean, its true recital? It's according to Ibn Mas'ud that those who are reading Quran, the right tilawa, the right recitation, and allowing what it makes lawful, prohibiting what it makes unlawful, reciting it as it was revealed by Allah, not changing the words from their places, not interrupting or interpreting it with other than its actual interpretation. This all is under its true recital. Also, from Umar ibn al-Khattab, he mentioned those who, when they recite an ayah that mention mercy, they ask Allah for it. And when they recite ayah that mention torment, they seek refuge with Allah from it. And this one came from the Prophet ﷺ, he mentioned that. So this is the meaning of يَتْلُونَهُ حَقَّ تِلَاوَتِ. reciting it, it's a true recital. Means that reciting in the proper way, with a proper tajweed, with a proper exit, with a proper pronunciation, and at the same time prohibiting what's haram, allowing what's halal, and also if there is orders, he should carry on the order. If there is an ayah about the Jannah, he asks Allah the Jannah. If there is ayah about the nar, we seek refuge of Allah from the nar. This is the true recital. أولئك يؤمنون به. Those who do that are the believer, the true believer that believe in the Quran. ومن يكفر به, and those who denies it, فأولئك هم الخاسرون. Here these are الخاسرون, means they are the losers. They are the losers that they are not get or got any benefits from the Quran. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.